to this video of rare cases in cardiology related to the complications of transcatheter aortic valve implantation presented by Dr. Kara Slimane. The common risks of TAVI are well known, such as mortality, major bleeding, myocardial infarction, cerebrovascular events, new atrial fibrillation, conduction abnormalities, aortic regurgitation, acute kidney injury, vascular injury, coronary obstruction, and valve malpositioning. So what is rare? We're going to see some cases where the diagnostic and or the treatment was very challenging. The first case concerns acute recurrence of left ventricle outflow tract obstruction requiring alcohol septal ablation after TAVI. It concerns a woman, 86 years old, who presented dyspnea on exertion, a high BNP. On echocardiography, the aortic valve area is 0.5, peak velocity 4 meters per second. There is a diffuse left ventricle hypertrophy except posterior wall. There is also left ventricle outflow tract obstruction with SAM of mitral valve, moderate mitral regurgitation. The peak velocity is 2.9 meters per second. The mean pressure gradient is 32 mm Hg. The STS risk score is 9.8%. With low dose of beta blockers, the left ventricle outflow tract obstruction and SAM disappeared. Mitral regurgitation was reduced to mild degree, but the peak velocity of the aortic valve and the BNP were still high, so the patient received TAVI. 15 minutes after implantation, the echocardiography shows SAM, severe mitral regurgitation. The pressure gradient was more than 50 mm Hg at the left ventricle outflow tract. The patient was treated by emergent alcohol septal ablation, which reduced the pressure gradient at the left ventricle outflow tract below than 10 mm Hg. There is also complete atrioventricular block treated by permanent pacemaker. This is the image of the alcohol septal ablation using the first septal branch. This is the image of the SAM 15 minutes after the implantation of a transcatheter aortic valve, and this is the image of the severe mitral regurgitation. The second case concerns a man, 81 years old, with diabetes, who presented dyspnea NIHA2E on echocardiography. There is a concentric left ventricle hypertrophy with sigmoid septum. There is a normal ejection fraction of the left ventricle. The aortic valve area is 0.7. The mean transvalvular gradient is 42 mm Hg. The STS score is 2.8%. The patient was treated by TAVI. After 6 weeks, he presented dyspnea worse than before transaortic valve replacement. On echocardiography, there is a normal functioning of the aortic prosthesis, the left ventricle outflow tract obstruction with peak gradient of 150 mm Hg. There is also SAM. The aortic valve area is 1.2. The patient was treated by biventricular pacemaker insertion, so with a good evolution. This is the image of the gradient of the left ventricle outflow tract obstruction. After pacing, the gradient is significantly reduced. The factors that may suggest dynamic left ventricle outflow tract obstruction post-TAVI with a maximum flow velocity more than 2.5 meters per second. Sigmoid septum. This is the image of the sigmoid septum. The definition of sigmoid septum is a proximal focal area within the first third of the total septal length of septal hypertrophy with a dewar-like structure protruding into the left ventricle outflow tract. More than 13 mm in male and more than 12 mm in females. More than 50% thicker than the thickness of the septum at its mild distal point. Asymmetric septal hypertrophy, septum to ventricle free wall ratio more than 1.4. Increased basal septal thickness more than 15 mm. And narrow left ventricle outflow tract less than 18 mm. This is the image of narrow left ventricle outflow tract. The ratio of anterior to posterior mitral valve leaflet length less than 1.3, a small left ventricle and diastolic diameter. The last case concerns acute hemodynamic instability immediately following TAVI. It concerns a man, 56 years old. On echocardiography, there is a symmetric concentric left ventricle hypertrophy with the aortic valve area 0.8. The mean gradient is 54 mm Hg. The STS score is more than 8% with a moderate chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, the Crohn's disease, hypertension, and non-obstructive coronary artery disease. He was treated by TAVI. Following the procedure, he became hypotensive tachycardic with short of breath. He was intubated with poor response to epinephrine. Left ventricle outflow tract obstruction was considered. So the patient was treated by rate control. Inotropic medication were ceased. On echocardiography, there is a hypertrophic cardiomyopathy with left ventricle outflow tract obstruction with some of the mitral valve. The peak gradient across the left ventricle outflow tract obstruction was 70 mm Hg. The patient was treated by metoprolol to rate control, phenylephrine infusion to maintain systemic vascular resistance, with fluid resuscitation to maintain euvolemia guided by echocardiography with a good evolution. 8 months later, he received alcohol septal ablation. On conclusion, the left ventricle outflow tract obstruction is sometimes observed in patients with severe aortic stenosis. If a patient had both conditions, surgical aortic valve replacement with septal myectomy or alcohol septal ablation followed by TAVI should be considered. However, in patients with unfavorable coronary artery anatomy which precludes alcohol septal ablation, absence of major septal perforator branch of the left anterior descending artery, another reasonable option is dual chamber pacemaker implantation to decrease the left ventricle outflow tract gradient. Thanks for watching. See you soon for another video. If you liked this video, subscribe to my channel please. Bye.